Yeah, what's good everyone today? And hope you're having a good day or night whenever you're watching us. And today, if you saw by the title and thumbnail, this video is going to be a very interesting and controversial one. Probably my most controversial video since this is the first time I'm about to share a really big take of mine. So, if you saw by the title and the thumbnail, this is Ren versus Sai currently. Alright. So in this video, I'm gonna go over Ren versus Sai, who's the better overall player. After now the PXG game has concluded, I now have my final take on the matter and how Ren now fares up against Sai. So what I'll be doing is I'll be separating it into two parts, right? First part will be Ren without flow, and the next part will be Ren with flow. Sai would just be Sai. I mean, like all his feats that he's showcased through the U20 arc will be in both versions, right? So first I do want to assert the fact that if you think Sai is above Ren specifically due to him being a phantom, bro, you gotta let it go. I'm not gonna lie, if that is your take, if that's why, that is a problem. Why I feel like Sai's phantom doesn't put him above Ren just like that is due to the fact that that is mainly in Ren's mindset. Ren can think that Sai is better than him or think that Sai is superior, but from an outside perspective, that can be contradicted by feats. I'm just saying, like, a mindset alone. But let's actually get into the video at hand because I get for a little bit. First, let's go over physicals. Now, physicals, I do think Ren easily gets this. To the fact that Sai and Ren in his flow destroyer mode were pretty relative in the U20 match at the last standing. They were able to bump shoulders. They were going like hit for hit. So I do feel like around like physicality level, they're relative in U20. And then Ren gets stronger and more better physical improvement and throughout the Neo Eagles League. So I feel like he'd definitely be way up there. Even if we're taking his flow feats in account, since again, I don't think flow would give him a boost of strength or speed. It would just give him a boost of concentration and like amp, his skills and everything. So I definitely do think you can still use those feats where he's able to like just body block multiple defenders and slam into them and crash into them. So I definitely do feel like Ren definitely gets physical. Now shooting. I also do feel like Ren at this point gets shooting. His curve shots are better. He has a wider arsenal of shooting now. Sai does have also really good shooting, especially with the goals that we see him score, or the goal that we saw him score in U20. I do think that is really impressive. But at this point, I just feel like from what we see in the Barca game with him having a wider arsenal of curve shots and a shot arsenal, and just being a technical shooter as well, I feel like we could put Ren above and at higher standard. Now dribbling, I do personally think this is Sai. Sai's style of dribbling, it beautifully destroying his opponents by searching for the weak spots. I do feel like that's pretty impressive, and I don't think Ren has shown any crazy feats besides destroying the entire bastard team with his supreme ball touch technique, like Ness says. Even though that is really impressive, I do think Sai would still have the edge over him because he has like a method to destroying people with his dribble moves, which would just be targeting their weak spots and calculating his dribble moves, right? So I feel like that gives him a little edge over Ren. Playmaking, both of them are great playmakers. Ren is also able to set his teammates up and set himself up for the best positioning on the field. But I'm gonna give this to Sai. Sai was able to orchestrate the entire U20 team and manipulate the Bullock team at the same time, basically. Like he was definitely the mastermind or the game master of that game. He usually got to whatever he needed. And I'm not gonna lie, the game would have been wrapped up if the U20 had better forwards in the first half. But yeah, no, Sai was definitely the one controlling the field. He was playmaking everything. He was stopping plays, and he was passing it to people and setting up plays for his team, right? So, like playmaking goes to Sai. Vision, Sai, that would also put aside just for clear reasons. I mean, Ren does have great spatial awareness, but it's pretty much confirmed to us that Sai does have metavision. Sai having metavision would put him on just that higher playing field. Um, Especially when you consider how good Isagi is and Kaiser is with it, it will probably put him on a higher playing field if he used it like super openly. So I do think Sai is up there in that level. He's definitely up there in that level of vision. Offense, I definitely gotta give it to Ren. Offense, I gotta give it to Ren. Matter of fact, cause I low key might change my tune on this. Matter of fact, no. I'm going to give Sai offense, and that is due to the fact that I feel like he has a shot. His dribbling style and his ability to play make him absolutely dangerous on the field. He can pretty much do everything on offense that you need out of a player. So I do feel like Ren can also do that, but I just think Sai with his dribbling, his playmaking skills, and his ability to shoot as well, I feel like that's definitely putting him up there for sure. And then defense, I also feel like defense, we can put Sai up there. I mean, Sai's defense, it wasn't anything too crazy in U20, but we do know he has a high level of thinking. He's able to cut off Isagi's direct shot. He's able to intercept passes out of nowhere, and he does this almost effortlessly, basically. Um, as far as base normal Ren goes before flow, he doesn't have any crazy defensive feats. Again, he tries to stop somebody like Isagi from shooting the two gun volley and fails and folds against it. He is able to steal the ball from Kaiser, which is like cool, but again, I still think Sai is slightly more impressive on defense. So comparing Sai to base Ren, I have Sai clearing him so far. I have Sai clearing him, right? And that would move us into, and what I'm happy to move us into is Ren in his destroyer flow mode, right? So doing the same critique or criteria, let's go and move into that. So starting off with physical, like I said, similar before. Again, when he taps in the flow, his physical shouldn't change. It would just, his focus and his skill is just a bit more increased. So I do feel like Ren still gets this over Sai. Especially again, he gets stronger, gets better. He's physically more powerful. He's just moving around defenders like with ease. Shooting, I do think this is Ren. He performs one of the most insane shots we've seen in this series so far with his crash shot against Isagi, which he even suffers like some damage from it, but he was able to make a nasty curve while being crashed into in a group and crowd of people, and still you also have to consider he shot that past Gagamaru too, and Gagamaru, in my opinion, is on the level of world class goalkeepers. Like, yes, he's definitely on that level. Dribbling. Now, yo, people are gonna hate me for this. Now, I do think Ren has better dribbling than Sai. Because now he's back into his mode where he destroys people by bringing out their strengths, right? And the way that he breaks down and annihilates Hiyori, Raichi, and Corona, and other players like Isagi too, which are now way more evolved and than their U20 versions, is actually insane. He continues to break them down over and over and over again, and he even does the same similar thing to Kaiser. He's able to use his off the ball movements against Kaiser and dribble past him too. It's really insane how much he was able to do in his flow mode, because he also gets, a similar sense of what Sai gets, like a formula to destroy players with dribbling moves by using their strengths against them, right? So I do think it is close, but I do think Ren clearly gets it, right? Moving on to vision, I still do think that Sai gets this, of course, because he still has metavision. Ren does unlock Predator's Eye, but I don't think that would necessarily give him an incredible vision boost. It's more of just like tunnel vision of locking onto one thing, which is how which is connected to this fixation with Isagi. So I don't think that's, gonna help him vision wise, besides just having tunnel vision locked on to one thing. So I don't think that necessarily helped him in this case. But moving on to playmaking as well, it's definitely still Sai. If anything, Ren's playmaking actually gets worse when he's in his destroyer flow mode. So that definitely goes to Sai too. And moving on to offense as well. In offense, I do think now I have Ren over Sai in offense. This is just due to the fact that he's just able to annihilate the team by himself like every single time in his destroyer mode. Um, his style of dribbling is just like way too much for anybody on the field to handle, including Isagi, somebody that is really impressive on defense. Same thing with Kaiser too. It's like nobody can really hold a candle against Ren when it's coming, like when it goes to duels and everything. His skill and everything just increases by far. It's actually pretty insane. His skill and everything increases by far, and nobody can really hold him on the field anymore. And defense, I do think defense now goes to Ren as well. Ren, when he allowed Predator's Eye, was able to intercept the Kaiser Impact Cross Magnus, which again is one of the probably fastest passes in the series, because again, it's a Kaiser Impact variant. So it has the fastest swinging speed, and Ren was still able to intercept and stop it. Ren is also able to lock down Isagi from 4 meters and keep him within his hold. And he's just able to constantly be this figure on defense that is hard to get by. So I do think he gets offense and defense this time as well. So it's a really big difference from last time where Sai was able to get dribbling, playmaking, vision, and offense and defense. I think I gave him, right? So that made Ren turn around everything once, I put the destroyer mode in this version. So all I'm gonna say is, do y'all think Sai, like, and now I'm asking y'all as the audience, do y'all think Sai is better than Ren? Currently, off of his feats alone, do we think Sai is better than Ren? Right now, I kid you not, I'm not saying that he's old, like he's gonna be better than him in the next arc, right? I'm saying at this moment, from what Sai has shown, which I don't think he's shown us a lot, but I'm saying from what he's shown, I think that Ren is undoubtedly better than Sai right now. I'm probably gonna get butchered for this take, but I just think that's what it is. Uh, it just gets to a point where you gotta think about it. Ren has been performing at this elite level against another new Gen 11 player. You have to put him on that level. And I do think Kaiser at this point is definitely better than Sai. He's just performed exceptional throughout every game. So I do think that is my take. I do think Ren is over Sai in his flow specifically. I do not think base Ren is over Sai. I think it is specifically his flow, because there's a huge gap between flow Ren and normal Ren, right? So that is my personal take on this, and I am going to close the video out very soon. I just want to say thank you guys for the views, the likes. Appreciate it. You guys are really my heart. Appreciate it, man. Honestly, I'm just glad I'm succeeding a little bit. So I will see you guys next time. Peace. Oh yeah, and if you liked the video, subscribe, and I truly appreciate that, man. Don't slaughter me in the comments for this tape. You're very free to leave your opinions though. All right, now. All right, peace.